Evening boys and girls, welcome to today. I thought I'd put the camera down there this time. Don't know how it's going to look. I might move it later in the day. But anyway, off to Manchester today. Oh, should be a relatively easy run. But then you never know. You never know. Or just, well, 3/4 of a tank, so I think I can make it, you know what I mean? I'll put you pretty much next to the Prat nav, and I've been having nothing but problems with audio. Things that I never had an issue with. When I got these Tascams, all of a sudden I'm starting to have issues. Yesterday I forgot that when I was buggering about, hold on a minute. No. Come on, Mr. Fan Man. Come, look at the... Another bloody van. What? Aha! Excellent. He's turning. Marvellous, marvellous, marvellous. Everyone's a winner.
Now at the
Go north on the A34. Yeah, I know. Clever that. But yeah, I was buggering about with it the night before when I was discovering my audio issues. And I left it on MP3 setting, which bizarrely is really crap, as you probably heard at the beginning of the last upload, which is why it went to camera audio. And so this one's on a 24 KB WAV file, which is pretty much the largest file size that audio thing saves to, and it tends to make the audio pretty damn good. But the background noise. So I'm trying new things. Oh no, this is not going to move, is it? Oh, look at that. Oh, brilliant. And go again. Off we go. Come on, jump, 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 jump. Now I'm going to have to cut a little bit here, so take up 2 lanes. Oh, lovely job. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with the audio at the moment. I hope today is going to be alright, otherwise, well, I'm completely out of ideas. Absolutely out of ideas. The only way around it is to go back to what I used to do. Which was, you know, do some dry footage and then film when I'm stationary. You know, when I'm parked up. It's the only realistic way I can find to get around it. So I'm a bit annoyed about that. And I think the sun, yeah, that's not going to do a damn thing, is it? I think the sun is going to really flare out this camera now, so I just give up, I really do. I think the best place for that camera is at the top of the windshield. Oh, I give up, I give up. I can't win. But anyway, off we go, off we go. Now, I'm staying away from being, what do you call it, up on current affairs, because obviously I'm recording these in 2 weeks. 5 days back to back, 5 days back to back. Well, hopefully I'll get next week in this place. I can't see why I wouldn't. I've not caused them any major issues or anything like that. But I'm going to be uploading them once a week, just to eke it out, just so that I've got, you know, stuff to upload, and you can look forward to Trucker Bill actually driving a bloody truck for at least 10 weeks. Now there might be some other general haulage. I might go back into this site at a different state, at a later date. I mean, they're not bad. If I've got any issues, sorry, I've got to listen to the Prat nav, because again, I am new to this area. I kind of know it, but at the same time I kind of don't. So many apologies. Oh, hello. Sneaky traffic lights just then. How dare they change? I wasn't looking. No, that's a joke. But whenever I get an opportunity to record from the cab, I think that's what I'm going to do. Just because it's better than sitting in the garage.
GPS connected.
Oh good, GPS is connected again. I don't know what the hell's wrong with that forward-facing camera that's installed in this vehicle, but it's been doing that recently. GPS connected, because after yesterday I got sent back out, up to Lim Services, because we collect something from there, so, you know, there you go. But no, because of obviously doing it over a 10-week period, I'm trying to stay away from current affairs. So I'm thinking what I'll do today, again, I don't know how well that camera's picking me up because the sun is right in it. I can see the reflection of the sun in the bloody lens. So I've really thought about my camera angle today. I mean, I've properly done it. So what I thought was, I should talk a little bit about, you know, actually driving a truck. Yeah, like I used to do back in the day, back in 2016. You know, lane discipline, cutting a couple of lanes, you know, all that kind of stuff. But seeing as we're going up the A34. So anyway, what am I doing here? See the traffic light sign, I can see it's red ahead. So bang on the old exhaust brake, I go into straight to setting 2. Letting the exhaust brake do this. It's still the exhaust brake, I haven't touched the brake pedal. I'll touch the brake pedal now because they're not going to move quick enough. Knock the exhaust brake off the brake pedal, keep moving. There you go, simple. If you want to do eco driving that supermarkets and big blue chip companies love, you know, they train constantly eco driving, if that'll do it. That might help. I can still see, don't worry. Oh, hello, I can see the lights have changed ahead. Back off everything. First setting on the old exhaust brake. So I'm still on the first setting. Obviously this has only got 2. Some trucks have 3, 4. Right, I'll knock the exhaust brake off and I'll just roll for a bit. Oh, you're not doing your driving time any good. If you're going to drive for a blue chip company of some description, then chances are driving time is going to be relatively irrelevant to what you do. Now I'm going to have to stop here, so I'm just going to roll up nice and casually, so you don't wear much of the brakes, you don't use too much diesel. I wonder, because that van started moving, I wonder. Oh, am I going to stop? No, I didn't stop, look at that, I kept moving. There we go. Now this is where I find out the front camera ain't recording. No, it is. And I'll just be like, bollocks. Now again, you've got to think, if you're a new driver and you're doing this, you've actually got to think about what you're doing. For example, I can see a roundabout coming up. I'm sure that camera shows you. Now at the moment, I'm just looking to the right, where the McDonald's sign is. Don't know if that camera can pick that up. So I'm having a shufty at that roundabout. I'm looking at what's going on ahead. Now I'm letting the road clear. Yeah, if you've got the ability to let the road clear at 7:56 in the morning, do it. Now I can see a van, I can see a couple of vans. I can see that van's going to go for it. Those cars are carrying on. No, that car turned left. There we go, don't matter. I kept going. Notice how I'm not actually stopping. I know it kind of seems pointless, about half a mile an hour, that 1 mile an hour. And to be fair, to me it seems a bit pointless. But according to trainers on big blue chip sites like supermarkets and wholesalers and things like that, it takes far more energy to make the damn thing move from a standing start than it does from rolling at half a mile an hour. So I try, it doesn't always work, you've seen it many times before, but I try to keep this thing moving. But that's kind of a good example of what I'm talking about when you want to do eco driving. You don't want to keep your foot flat. I mean, this is a 40, I'm doing 30. And you might think, oh, why are you doing speed road, Bill? Well, look ahead of me. What can I see? What have I been able to see for ages? A red light. So why do I want to do 40? I'm just accelerating to stationary, aren't I? And there you go. By the time I get here, look, it's changed. I'm making time, I'm making momentum, I'm averaging decent fuel economy. That bloody sat-nav. Usually when I do this kind of stuff, I turn the sat-nav down, but again, I'm in an area I'm not that familiar with, you know, and going somewhere I've never been. Now going down a hill, foot off everything, 35 mile an hour, I'll put the first exhaust brake on, the first click on the vehicle. Right, so I'm getting to 40, because obviously going downhill I've got weight on. Second one now. Still going downhill. At the 40 I'm going to put my brake on, my foot brake. I'm looking, I'm checking. Now that Clio's going to go, that truck's coming round, so nobody's going to go in front of it. Ta-da! Nice and easy, nice and simple. And you don't have to gun it. You don't have to give it the beans. You know, I'm the big I am, bruv. Because you will slam your brakes on way more than I will. So anyway, carried on. Now let's put the old cruise control on. Oh, hello. Turn it off. Right, come on, there we go. Let's use the cruise control. So I'm locking it up, locking it up, locking it up. I want to set it to 80 so that when I get to the A500, I can go straight to, you know, 50 miles an hour. My usual, ladies and gentlemen. Paid by the hour. So yeah. Now, we're going to come up the crest of hill that I can't see over. Now I'm looking at the cars in front of me, they've gone, they've disappeared. I haven't seen their roof, you know, slow. I'm looking at the van. Is his brake light coming on? No, 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 no. Chances are he's going to be relatively okay because he can see further than me. So I carry on. Oh, parking bay. Is he indicating? Is he looking like he's going to move? No, carry on. Turn off the cruise control. I'm going to go straight to setting number 2. Because again, I'm not that familiar with the area and I forgot just how close this roundabout was. That's my fault. So I'm on setting number 2. Obviously I've got to wait and I'm going to put the brake on now by this sign. Okay, so my foot brake is now on. Slowing down, lovely jubbly. Checking my mirrors, obviously. I should be telling you to do that as well, but oh well. I'm sure you're not a dribbler. Right, so I'm looking to the right. So those lights have changed. People are coming off the 500. Most people coming off the 500 actually go straight round this roundabout without any indication. So after this Fiat, ta-da, and I didn't stop yet again. So obviously I've got to go left just here, towards Nantwich at the M6. I'm going to Manchester, I've got to go north on the M6. Nice and steady, you don't want to throw your load all over the place. Oh, Translink Express. I'm guaranteeing that is not Andy. Although if it is, it'll be funny as hell, but I ain't never going to catch it. Right, come on then, are you going to let me in? Oh, good lad, look at that, aren't you nice? I'll give you a nice massage later, mate. Alright. Back on the cruise control up to 50, everyone's a winner, I'm on dual carriageway. Nice and simple. That Translink Express is definitely an MAN, and it's definitely shiny as buggery. Oh, he's stopping, he's stopping, he's stopping, he's stopping. Good job, I was looking at that. Oh, look at that, he's pulled in. Now, I'm going to go WLV on a 19 plate. I didn't see the tyres all painted, so I'm guessing it wasn't handy. Right, back to cruise control again. I'm guessing it wasn't handy. I don't know. Would not be funny if it was. Because he has delivered to loads of it. Well, he delivered quite locally to where I used to live. And I always told him, let me know when you're down there. If I've got a day off, I'll come and say hi. One thing he always said, because one of the contracts I worked in, I used to stop at Leicester Forest Services. And he always used to say, if you're stopping at Leicester Forest Services, because obviously he started early morning, so he was kind of finished by the time I was getting there, because I started midday, let me know, I'll come and say hi. We have never crossed paths yet. Not once. And now, of course, I'm in the Midlands. I'm in, obviously, the Stoke-on-Trent kind of area. It's a case of he does a lot of deliveries around here. So you never know. It was a bright, clean, shiny MAN. And I know Andy loves to spend his days getting hot and sweating inside a man, so, you know, polishing his man bits. I'm sorry. I'm on one today. I don't know whether you've noticed. But yes. Oh, actually, you know what? Driving in an Iveco. Let's be serious for a minute. Let's just bring this back to truck drive. I'm going to show you guys inside the cab today. Apologies, it's dusty. The person who drives this vehicle normally, who's on holiday, this is how he keeps it. This is how he's getting it back. But not actually a bad unit. Okay, there's a few squeaks and rattles. The fridge works nicely. Keeps everything nice and cold, which is wonderful. There's a few squeaks and rattles. There's a few, you know, kind of finishing touches that could be a little better, and I'll show you that a bit later on. But it's actually not a bad unit. Once you get used to it, once you get used to how it's sorted out, it's not the worst vehicle ever. Okay, it's not in the same league as a Volvo or a Scania, and personally, it's not in the same league as a Mercedes. For me, you know, personally to me. But it's relatively comfortable. It is relatively quiet from my perspective, although that audio equipment is telling a completely different story. Now, I've got to go north on the M6, so check my mirrors, put my indicator on, put the first click on now, because round this bend there's usually a queue. So put the second click on, I've seen brake lights. Right, so now I've got to check both ways and this way, both ways and this way. It's clear, I'm changing lanes, now I'm looking back. So I'm seeing brake lights. So I'm leaving my exhaust brake on. I'll knock it to setting number 1. It's not responding, so I'll knock it off. I'm going to let it roll, I'm not going to accelerate. Right, back onto setting 2. I'm not touching the foot brake yet. I'm going to have to stop because those lights are not going to stay green long enough, I don't think. But again, I'm not familiar with the area. Touching the foot brake because this van is not accelerating as quick as I thought it was going to. Off, accelerator. Check that for anybody coming down the inside. Oh, look at that. That'll do. Right, now, I'm going to go into the middle lane because I'm allowed to. I'm going to take up both lanes because he's going to cut a little bit. And now I'm going to have to stop at these. I'm going to stop at this white line. The reason I'm stopping here, even though it's green, is because if I roll forward, I could be blocking the flow of traffic. It doesn't say to keep clear, but this is good practice. Now, these lights are really badly timed. Now they're changed, it's still green, so I'm going to roll across the line because I know, even though they're changing, I'm going to be moving, I'm going to be clearing this area. Okay, I rolled across the line when it was green, and I'm going to be clearing the area, you see? So nice and simply all the way around, following this truck. Now some people could argue I should be indicating at the moment. I get that, I do. Personally, maybe I should have done. Okay, maybe I should have done. I mean, I indicated off and there was no real point in doing that. Maybe I should have done because obviously I was in a lane that could have gone straight onto the 500, but it could also be right. So I should allow people to critique me on that part. I could have done better. But there you go, that's just a little insight getting you to a motorway. So enjoy a bit of sped up motorway footage because it's pointless me talking you through motorway stuff because, well, if you don't know how to go in a straight line and stay in your lane, don't become a truck driver.